Hi everyone, it's me Giovanni, but I'm pretty sure you already know that. I am back with the usual schedule, thank God. And today, so I've been wanting to talk about this for quite some time. I'm not sure if I said it before, but let's just say when I see interviews of the creators of Five Nights at Candy's and Pop Goes, for Five Nights at Candy's specifically, um, nobody ever mentions about Five Nights at Candy's story or the lore to the actual creator, Emil Makov, what the story of Five Nights at Candy's was about specifically. And it kind of bums me. It kind of bums me. And yeah, I mean, we we don't know anything about Mary's life aside from what we know in the games, in the actual games, but her life specifically, including her parents, her brother, or the family that she has, her husband, or even her daughter, Marilyn. But I mean, are we really supposed to know? No, but I would specifically want to know. I mean, if that's okay with Emil. But, yeah, so I thought about this just last night, and I was so stupid to think that Popco's, Popco's in a way confirmed that the original Fnaf trilogy, including Five Nights at Candy's and Popco's, took place in Texas because of the original story of Popco's from 2016. However, I stupidly forgot that Five Nights at Candy's 2 specifically has the newspapers say that um, robotics the robotics factory takes place on San Antonio, and specifically San Antonio, Texas. So, Five Nights at Candy's and Pop Goes does take place in Texas. Both of those games do. They actually do. It's not like some draft, or if it was just out there, or maybe it came later, but no, it's actually confirmed that at least the original trilogy of FNAF was supposed to take place in Texas, with the fan games confirming it. However, in the actual FNAF universe, with its current story, it takes place in Utah, not Texas. But funnily enough, Texas, or at least what I've heard, that Scott Coffin, the original creator of Five Nights at Freddy's, actually lives in Texas, so that's interesting. Also, um, I looked at just San Antonio, Texas. This is the city in Texas. I am just flabbergasted by how amazing it looks. No, seriously, it looks it looks amazing. You know, Texas was founded by Mexicans, which I find really interesting and I fully respect it. I mean, with like Tex Mex, especially with food and stuff being Tex Mex. Um, yeah, certain locations like um, this building that I mean, it's obviously supposed to be a church, which it is. Um, it's really beautiful. It's it obviously looks old and maybe a bit decrepit, but I still think it's beautiful. But oh my god, the city and this like specific location, it also looks very beautiful. It's almost like it's giving a combination of Mexico and the city itself with sort of like it's kind of like um Tokyo, Japan, and this specific area, it kind of reminds me of a bit of Venice, Italy, with New Orleans. It looks freaking beautiful. I mean, honestly, Five Nights at Freddy's, Five Night Candies, and Pop Ghost taking place in Texas, I can totally see it. I can see it. Not only is it the biggest state in the entire world, and when I think of Texas, I immediately think of like, the South, um, Western culture, but like very, very, very Western, but it's not. But Texas is not like that. Um, it looks like this, or at least the city, San Antonio of Texas, looks like that. Um, and of course, like I said, Texas was founded by Mexicans, and yeah, I can certainly see it. I can certainly see why. This church looks like it came straight out of Mexico, and I love it. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why Emil and King Carter thought of having Five Nights at Freddy's and their fan games take place in Texas, but they did, and I can honestly see why. Not only is it because it's the biggest state in the entire world, um, especially since Fnaf and its many locations can take place in that one state altogether, but also it's I just think it's absolutely beautiful. Even just by looking at like there's still like normal houses um in certain places, and of course neighborhoods. I'm I'm kind of being a mess. Um yeah, I a part of me wants to go here. A part of me wants to go to Texas and just visit these like places. They just look so beautiful. Um Now, I do want to say that if I was interviewing Emil Mako, the creator of Five Nights at Candies, I would want to say first about how, due to the fact that he announced Five Nights at Candies 4 years ago, and there have been no further updates or a release on the game, and that's partly because of Emil's mental health, and especially because in recent years, it has been absolutely difficult for people to create games, especially at like, especially, for some reason I thought I heard a train. Never mind. Um, Especially in recent years, that making developing games would be absolutely difficult, especially if you're suffering from mental health. uh, I would want to say to Emil that I hope he's doing just fine, and I hope he'll be able to continue Five Nights at Candy's whenever he can, but I just want to make sure that he's okay. Um, but also, obviously, I want to talk about the story of Five Nights at Candy's because I love Mary Schmidt. I absolutely love her character. Like, especially with her, especially in fan games, her being the first female protagonist in the Five Nights at Freddy's series. Um, I absolutely love her. And due to my little kid brain, I just like, I used to like brunettes, and I still do, and Mary is a brunette, so I immediately liked her because of that. But also, of course, like I said, she was the first female protagonist in Five Nights at Freddy's, fan games included. And it was really nice. Even though I never played the games, but I have watched I have watched them, and I love them. I absolutely love them. And of course, Mary Schmidt's story is completed. She doesn't need any more story, but I would like to see some of her story, like some of the story that we didn't know about her, like being talked about, like her family, her mom, her dad, her brother, her her family that she has, her husband and her daughter Marilyn, and what their relationships are like, and um, how uh, how how the events in what we see from the games affected her life, um, until Five Nights at Candy's 2. I'm just saying. But also, I've said this in a video before, but if Emil Mako decided to remaster Five Nights at Candy's, yeah, I would imagine Five Nights at Candy's 2, I would imagine like minigame cutscenes involving Marilyn, um, the opening scene where she's at school with her friends, saying that she lost a bet, and she has to spend 5 nights at the abandoned robotics factory, and cutscenes that would then fade into the gameplay where she gets phone calls from her friends saying that if she's alright, and the end where there's a cutscene where she burns down the factory and she thankfully escapes unharmed, and her mother Mary is waiting for her. So yeah, that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please stay safe, stay at home, stay away from things that might make you uncomfortable in the outside world. Yeah, bye.